Hello there, and welcome to Tuesday Talk. Feels like I haven't been here for a while, but it's really only been a week that I missed. So I'm glad to be back. And if you come on, let me know you're here. I am using my husband's computer because if you haven't been around for a not a workshop Wednesday, for a Flippin' Bunch episode, I was having a little computer trouble. We all were, I guess. So, Gretchen, is that you? Hmm. Okay. So anyway, if you're new here, we go live, or I go live, every Tuesday night, and I stream from StreamYard to Statement Design's YouTube channel and also to Statement Design's Facebook page and also to my Tuesday Talk YouTube channel. Boy, 1 week away and I'm rusty already. So if you come on, let me know that you're here. So what I'm doing tonight is some thrift flips. This is a part 2 because I appear every other Wednesday on a local show, Studio 814, and the gals there and I did some thrifting. So we're all doing some thrift flips. So I'm completing mine tonight. Now, tomorrow isn't Workshop Wednesday. It's actually next week, but I'll be a week ahead of the game. I have one more item that I got while I was thrifting that I'm actually going to keep kind of private because it's a gift. I'll share it with you guys, but I don't want to share it on our local TV show. So I'm anxious to get started. If you come on, say hi. Let me know you can hear me. Since I'm on a different device tonight, just want to make sure. And so let's see. Okay, if you comment, I'll be able to see your comments both from Facebook and also from YouTube. So let's get started. I'm going to start with like the easiest project. And I have these glass containers. I'm going to get this out of the way first. But I love cloches. So I like to make my own cloche. Because if you've ever seen cloches in the garden shop or wherever, they're really expensive. So it's more fun to DIY one. So here I have, this is like a hurricane shade. So we're going to put that together with another piece of glass and also a finial, and we're going to make our own cloche. I also have a plate. I didn't thrift this one, but I had it from my own stash, which I actually have a cloche on top of it that I stole it from. So, but it's a perfect fit on here. So let me go ahead and construct that. I'll put the camera down and then that one will be one and done. So again, let me know if you pop on and say hi. Hey, Bronny. It's good to hear you. Well, good to see you. And I'm glad that you can hear me well. Yeah, we're trying to get to the bottom of our problems with that. And after the broadcast tonight, we're going to get together. So, hey, Dar. Yeah, so what I'm going to use is I'm going to use E6000. And along with the E6000, I'm also going to use some hot glue. So I better plug that in. So I have learned in the past that hot glue is just kind of a way to hold it temporarily or quick hold. I know you've seen lots of crafters do this, but the one thing I've learned is that don't mix the two glues together. So I make sure I'm in the right place. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put this glue around here and leave a few spots for the hot glue. I do not want to drip. And I'm dripping. But we'll get that fixed. Yes, slip sliding away. You probably do that a lot, huh, Bronny? Not slip sliding, but using the two glues. Okay, so I'm gonna then go in. My other one's not hot enough yet, so I'll go ahead and get this part glued too. So this is, I don't know, I've heard this is referred to as a monkey dish. So if you've ever heard that expression, I'm also going to add this finial. So if you, that's just from a curtain, or else it was from a lamp. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to add that to the top of it. So I should have plugged my glue gun in before, but you know, I didn't. So I'm glad you guys are here. Last week was just kind of a, oh, I don't want that out that far. I better put it on the finial first. So I'm going to put the glue on the finial and then put that on. I better get some glue in here. I want to make sure, yeah, I'm heating up. Okay. So yeah, Dara and I are going to get together and hopefully Mara, after this is all said and done, and do a little troubleshooting. So I'm just kind of doing like 4 dots on here, and then I'll do the same with the hot glue. Well, actually, I did 3. So, come on, glue. Now I think it's starting to come out. I'm going to move this out of the way a second. Oh no, Dar. Icing the back, huh? Gonna get in the pool? Okay, so I'm just gonna center this on top of here and hold it down. Why do I feel like I have to be quiet while I'm holding it? It's one of those things like when I'm taking still pictures, I hold my breath. Totally not necessary. That's good, Dar. Oh, Miss Tamara going to collect some treasures while we're on. That sounds like fun. And I'm just wiping up that excess glue. And that's just a string, and that'll come off. There we go. Okay, so now that my hot glue gun is hot, I'm going to come back in and get the places that I didn't get with the E6000, if I can see them. There's another glue drip. Not so much worried about hot glue drips because they dry and they're easy to get rid of. We did a video. I'm just waiting to hear from Mara to make sure she approves. Since she did last hosted 2 weeks ago. the first time the craft paint episode. So we're doing an edited video with all that information. So for those of you that couldn't stand to listen to it. Okay. I'm just going to reach up in there and get some of this excess glue off of there. Like I said, the hot glue just wipes right up. So I'm not sure if this is hot or it's E6000. That's the hot glue. Good. Get rid of those drips. And you know, a hairdryer gets rid of those strings, so we can worry about that later on. All right. I'm going to set this in here and lift it up, and then this one will be done. So here we are. So then, of course, you want to put something cool in there, but I like the way it turned out, and that was easy peasy. So I am going to set this aside. And I love it when it's only 7-Eleven and I have one project absolutely, completely finished. Okay, I'm going to unplug my glue gun because I really don't need that anymore. Thank you. Wonder where Gretchen is tonight. I miss her. Thanks, Star. Okay, let me put this, well, let me show you while the camera's up. So this was another thrifted item. It is a canvas. It's a stretched canvas on an MDF arch. And it was from Shutterstock, and it was from 2023. So it's still kind of a contemporary image, but I want to do something different with it. I want to use the inside of it and make this kind of like a shadow box. So I'm going to put this down and show you where I'm at with that. I did start kind of planning things out a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I used the Trimmings 3 mold, and that's one of my very favorite molds. And I already started to make some castings with that. I love this one because it like hooks together. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work down at this end, but we'll figure that out. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute, get rid of my E6000. I don't think I need that anymore. And bring this in. I'm going to turn my type on upside down so that I have that. So this is the one that I'm using right in here. All right. And I'm just using air dry clay. I have an old package and then I have a new one to work with. And all this clay seems pretty soft. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Well, I better keep the bag. So I have a brand new one to open. This is DOS, but the new one that I have is an Iron Orchid design. Since I have to pay full retail now, I when I got the I guess the spring collection, I bought it from Debbie's Design Diary, and she was offering a free air dry clay if you purchased over $100 or something. So now IOD has made their winter release, and I am using restraint, and I'm not buying as much. So I made one order, and I'll show you because I already got it just today. And then I made another one. So if you've seen the IOD release, then I'll show you what I got. If you have, who has seen it? Who's looked at the video? Because I'm curious. If you have, then I would love it if you would guess what I bought. I think you'll be surprised. But I still I have to admit, I sort of want more. But, I just can't do it anymore. I mean, I do have some products that are similar. So I did not get the trees because they did a tree mold before or tree stamp rather. And it's really similar, I think. So I'm not worried about that one. I'm just trying to get the excess out here. Try to get it all in one piece so I can try to eliminate some cracking. So I'm meeting with a friend of mine tomorrow that has a bed and breakfast, and she's opening a little shop there. So we're gonna talk about some furniture and some of my smalls. I need to get busy and catch up online, make sure everything I have is online because it's not right now. Over the weekend, I went downtown to downtown Altoona where that mural is that I did. They had an art walk. So that was interesting. I took a few things down there, not to sell, just to show. So you want to transfer with the animals. I don't do seasonal holiday projects with the animals with the letters. Is it Briar? Not sure, but I like that for my grandson. I think I know what you mean. I'll show you the timely tale, maybe the stamp. Or did you mean the transfer? Because I didn't buy any transfers, so that might be surprising. But I have so many. There she is, Gretchen. It's okay. I'm just glad you're here because I missed you. A week away, and then we had this, and I feel like, with the technical troubles we've been having on Flip and Bunch, like I just can't connect with anybody. So I'm glad you're here. Okay, so let's line this one up. The nice thing about using clay for this project is that it'll go along these curves. So let's roll out another one. Didn't even know it was Tuesday. Well, I'm not sure what that says about your life right now. You're still on your first coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, Bronnie. I drink the tea, but that's my favorite time. I love in the morning my time with my tea. I just love it, especially now that I'm sort of semi-retired. I really enjoy it because I can savor it if I want to. So let me get in the camera here, but I'm just dusting my molds. And you might be surprised at what mold that I'm going to use for inside, or maybe not. I'm just starting on a glass of vino. Okay, well, that's why you don't know what day it is. That's so funny because I was going to say, well, are you drinking? But that's funny. So in part, that's kind of my excuse for last week, why I wasn't here. Well, here's the whole story. So, last week was Workshop Wednesday, and the girls at the studio, she wasn't quite ready with her project. So we showed the video of when we went thrifting, and then we're going to do all of our results then next week. So I thought, and then we had company last Tuesday. So it was very nice, and we were at the pool. So I thought, I really don't have to, because they didn't have the show the next day, or at least I wasn't going to be on the show the next day. So yeah, so that's why I wasn't here last week. I did have a few Trulies, but I'm going to cut that out because did you ever have Trulies? Truly, there's Truly, and then there's Truly Unruly. It's a flavored seltzer. It's very good, but the Unruly, it can get you there. Unruly. It can get you to be unruly. Only coffee in the morning, or you're awake all night. Oh, I almost put my clay in my cornstarch box because I'm reading comments. All right. I love to play with clay. Like I said, I don't know how this bottom is going to work out, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Yeah, if I can have, this is terrible, but I can have like 3 cups of tea in the morning, and then at lunch I can have a Diet Pepsi. So I'm talking caffeine here, and then that's it. If I have any more, forget it. The sleep is not going to happen. But I think I could sleep through anything tonight, because the last couple nights, my poor dog, who's under medication now for nervousness, carbonated mixed drinks are dangerous. My sister made champagne cocktails for me and my husband a couple years ago, and holy cow, that was a crazy day. Yeah, and then maybe have a rum and coke on top of it. Used to be a wine rep, but because of my health, no more alcohol for this chick. The only thing I miss is the Cadbury's cream liqueur over ice cream. Oh, that sounds incredible. I didn't know there was such a thing. I might have to look for that. But I also, I'm trying to, I shouldn't say I'm trying to lose weight. I'm working on my weight, and I'm on Weight Watchers. And I also have been following, and you can allow for that, with points, but I follow a lot of these weight loss gurus. There's one guy on Instagram. I mean, every time he posts, his ideas are very straightforward, and all the time, the first thing he says is, stop drinking. He says at least for 90 days. So I'm trying to be good. I don't know what you're going to England in December? I'm not even going to try to read that. I think Cadbury's. Things like Bailey's or Frangelico over the ice cream is gorgeous. I love Bailey's. I love to put that in tea around the holidays in place of creamer, Oh, Gretchen, alcohol's the devil, but not sure I care. As they say, anything in moderation, right? And I believe that. but I am trying to lose weight. I got to quit saying I'm trying, because it's the old thing. If you get in an airplane and the pilot says, well, I'm going to try to get you to your destination today, you don't feel very confident. So it's the same thing with the weight loss. I'm going to quit saying I'm trying, and I'm doing it. But every day and every morsel you put in your mouth and everything you do fits into that puzzle. So, because it is, and Gretchen, it's a mathematical equation, right? With calories and all that. Say that because you're a math girl. So are either of you ladies, well, I know Dar, you are, but participating in the Ugly Duckling Challenge. I have to get out there and work on my piece. I had the grandkids today, so today was shot. And then I think tomorrow's pretty much going to be shot too. But I'll get out there. You were accounting all day today. Well, I don't blame you then for having a glass of wine. Okay, so here's okay, so this end, let me get it in view. Okay, so this end, I think we can do that and match that up. Now, oh, crinkling plastic drives me crazy. Now I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna kind of miter this. I have a little palette knife here, and I'm just gonna cut that off there and see. I think that'll kind of work. We'll just kind of smush it together, maybe get a little bit more of this off here. I might even use scissors. Menopause and my bad back, weight comes to me like a magnet. I'm irresistible, apparently, where fat is concerned. It loves me. Oh, I hear you. All my life. I mean, when I was a kid, I was skinny. And when I was 12, I had my tonsils out. And after that, it was just constant weight gain. So, I mean, I have had a couple times in my life when I've lost, and each time it's been on Weight Watchers. So I did do it one time with Body for Life. So I use those principles too in my exercise. So, okay, so I'm going to use Tight Bond Quick and Thick and put this down. I'm applying it to the frame instead of the mold. Just being pretty generous with it, and I'll get the excess wiped up here. I just love this mold. My mom always said the same thing, although her tonsils came out in high school. Oh yeah? Isn't that funny? I mean, not humorous funny, but odd. When I was an infant, I had probably what they now call reflux, because they didn't know. Then, I mean, I was projectile vomiting every night, and you know, they didn't really know what it was. So I guess I had all kinds of testing as an infant. But forgot where I was going with that. Let me move this up here so you can see it. But consequently, I didn't, you know, gain much weight. And the doctor said, feed her whatever she'll eat. Well, I guess hot dogs and potato chips was my favorites. So that wasn't paving the way for when I got my tonsils out and suddenly Those hot dogs and potato chips were showing up. I just stopped trying to reassure teens that their weight will be fine by saying I yo-yoed with my weight when I was young. It terrifies them. I forget I'm an old, fat old chick now. Don't call yourself that. You're a sweet, mature bombshell. That's how I'm going to finish that sentence. Okay. I guess I should cut off what's underneath here to make it lay flatter. It's a little better. All right. Bronnie, how did your show go? Did you do well? Yes, voluptuous. That's the word. Love that word. Okay, clean this up a little bit, and then we'll work on our inside molds. Get some of these little crumbs out of here. See if I have any glue drippies. My dermatologist says I'm a cuddly Italian nonna. That's funny. My mom's allergy doctor always used to, I don't know, they had their jokes because I remember running into them in the grocery store. It was something about nutmeg. I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so I already like the way that we covered up the staples on the outside. I was really conscientious about my son's diet when he was an infant and child, but his metabolism didn't care. I would apologize, but he's half me and half my husband. I had no say on the gene split. Yep. Well, I don't know. My sons, I guess, I mean, we all kind of have the same build. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way a second. I don't even know why I'm bothering to do this because I'm going to make some more mess, but get a little bit out of the way. Okay. I thank you. I love an arch. Love a good arch. Okay. Except the McDonald's arches. Haven't touched that arch in years. Okay. So this one I'm using is the bookish mold. This is from the last release. And I thought it would be cool to put a couple like books in here like they're on a shelf. So let's do that. Probably not going to be able to use the real tall one. So I'm going to use these two shorter books to get started with. Thank you. Thank you. I'll try to put these both together at the same time. I got a lot of excess cornstarch going here, but our mold won't stick. Okie doke. What's the best way here? Like that. All right, I'm going to try to grab a big hunk because with a bigger mold, you know, it's better to have one solid piece so that you avoid cracks. So I'm going to work it a little bit so that it's all together. All together now. All together now. So my husband was very sweet and let me use his computer tonight. So some of the problems, if he's going to allow me to do that on a regular basis, which he very rarely uses it, then I think we'll be okay, but we still have problems to solve with our echoing. But we're going to be okay tomorrow night. Market season starts for real here next month. I can't do past January. It's just too hot. Summer here. That's a concept that's hard for me to wrap my mind around, that you're hot in January. But I know that's the case. I don't know. Like, I just don't even know if I want to mess around with doing shows anymore. I think I'd rather just find outlets for my, pieces and do it online. I just don't feel like messing around with the whole retail situation anymore. Did it for a lot of years. And the shows, I mean, that's just a lot of setup. And then if it's windy, that's another thing. It's just a lot. So Gretchen, you and I are going to have to figure out something else to do for a road trip. Because we can't give that up. We just have to have crafting night, I guess. You don't leave the house in January. Well, I like to get out because honestly, it's just, it's good for my psyche, I guess I'm trying to say. February and March, high 40s, which I'm not sure what that equates to with our Fahrenheit, but my son's in Texas right now, and he said he can't stand the, dry heat. Okay, this one's kind of thick, so thicker book. Maybe I should have pulled that one out, but we're just gonna live dangerously over 100. Wow. Okay, that's hot. Yeah, that would be really brutal to do a show in those kind of temps. Good, Gretchen. We'll work on that. Well, at least now we can maybe do like a more rural place that's closer, which doesn't mean we'll never do that again, but for now, I think it's just kind of the way I'm thinking. Okay, I should have my brayer here and flatten this out, but I also like to do it with my hands. Just takes a little manipulating, which you're all aware. I love this mold. So, if you guys saw Vonnie, she did a cabinet, using this. And honestly, I had that idea right from the get-go. So I am going to be executing that soon on a cabinet. A cabinet I bought for $9. Couldn't wait to get out of the desert then. It was the same in Denver. Okay, so we have 2 books out. So let me. It's kind of like, it's funny, it's kind of discolored. I don't know whether you can see that. We cracked 49.7 2 years ago. Insanity. So that I would put it in the I'm sure there's a calculator, Celsius to Fahrenheit, but what did that equate? What did that equate to? Got some glue down here. Okay, and I see some here. Okay, and I'm gonna carefully flip this here. 120, holy crap. Okay. I have so many things to show you yet, so I better get a wiggle on, but we're doing pretty good here. Okay. So these molds you can kind of do either way. I'm gonna get this in your site. Okay, so I think this one's, yeah, a little shorter. So we'll kind of put this one over here. And then I think we'll do one, we'll have to cut one down a little bit. We can make a short book. So let me set that aside. Yeah, don't lose us. We don't want to lose you. Okay, so we did that book. So I'll do this real skinny book because I need one that's skinny, but we're going to have to cut it down. Boy, just talking about it is making me hot. And I'm trying to get clay out of the cornstarch box. Take a drink here. I just always, anything, I just always Google it, like a converter, no matter what it is, like whether it's the temperatures or whether it's fractions to decimals or whatever it is. I'm always using converters or money. So I order something from Made by Marley or okay, I'm going to pull this one out and then I'm going to have to cut this one down. So we're going to see where we're going to cut it. There's pretty stuff up there, so we probably want to keep that. And we'll probably want to keep the cut down at the bottom. But here's an opportunity right here. So let me just slice that right there. I would like to mix it up a little bit. I might need to cut it again. Let's see. Oh, that fits. That fits nicely. I should start gluing, but I just want to dry fit it first. And I don't want the whole thing filled up. I want to do one kind of diagonally. I always do money conversions. I always think of good price, but then I convert it and go, that's expensive. Agree. Yes. Okay. So I think, well, we didn't use this one yet, and that one's real thick. And I don't really want to cut it down too far. I think we'll use this one and just not use that part of it. Although I like the thicker book. I'm gonna kind of put the mold on here and see if I can make that work. I'm just gonna go ahead and make it, and then we'll see how we need to chop it up. Because there might be parts of it that I definitely want to keep, so. I mean, I like that up there, but I see it being easier to do it that way, I guess. This is a big book. So, things that I want to show you before we go was the new IOD stamp set that I got. And then I want to show you the tray that I worked on last time we were together, because I don't care for it. I want to do something else with it. I know that little plant rooter that I did, I loved the way that turned out, and I don't have that in front of me to show you again, but I think I want to do similarly on the tray what I did with that by using the paper. So I'll show you what I did. I'm just not loving it, and I'll get your opinion. I'm not worrying about this end so much because I think that's what I'm going to end up cutting off. Okay. This one's going to plop right out, I think. I say that, and okay. I'm a bit wary with my mold purchases now. I bought a few that look cool, but how many times would you use them? They're too expensive to only do a couple of projects. I hear you. I hear you. And some of them are similar too. So I'm gonna chop this right here and then see what we've got. See if I can lay this in here. I haven't glued any of these yet, but so I just want this one to be leaning. Okay, I love that. Okay, so time to glue these babies in. I think I'll start here. And this time I'm gonna glue on the mold. And I have it in front of me, so just know that I'm gluing. This is going to be one of those nights that I'm peeling glue off my hands. My nails need done anyway, so hopefully nail polish remover will also help with the glue. Thanks, Bronny. It'll be nice to get some color on it. Okay. Get another one in here. I like peeling the dry paint off. The glue, you like peeling glue off? I kind of do too. I like to see my fingerprint in it. Okay, I love the way these are fitting in here. And this is just kind of like a niche in the wall. You might put books in or something, and it would have that architectural trim around it, the molding. All right. I forget which side is the top. I think this. And the last one. All right. So as soon as I get this one glued in, I'm going to take a minute and let it get a little crust on it. And then we'll put a first coat of paint on there. I think I'll just do just like a ecru color, because I need to get the side of the frame here where I didn't get painted or didn't put anything on. So I'll need to get that painted. Yeah, your kind of library. I think too, the glue and the cornstarch make kind of an interesting thickness on your fingers too. Okay. So I just want this to be leaning up against there. All right, I need another new wipe to wipe these hands off, and got to get this clay put away. Let me, I'll just set that there so you can look at that while I'm putting this away. All right. Liquid paper was the first, I think, invented by the mother of one of the monkeys. Oh, wow. Mike Nesbitt, I think was his name. Also, there was whiteout. Nowadays, it's a tape-like thing. Yeah. Well, that's an interesting fact. I love the monkeys. And I think my sister said somewhere along the line that we were related to Peter Tork. So who knows? Never got to meet Davy though. Then it was Mickey. Mickey was the other one. You could hide away an LED strip. You could light that with a warm light. That would be swanky. It sure would be. That's a really cool idea. One that I just might entertain. Yeah, I love that idea. And I think I can go ahead and proceed with doing everything I want to do with it. And then add that at the end, because all I'd really need to do would be, since it's on canvas, is just kind of poke a hole in the back of that. I've always remembered that trivia, really. Wow. Yeah, that's a cool little, it's fun facts like that. Okie doke. I'm going to set this aside a minute and show you a couple things. So, first thing, the tray. I don't love it. Do you see? Okay, I'm going to put it down, put the camera down. David Bowie changed his name from David Jones because Davy Jones of the Monkees got to the Union first. Wow. there's no comparison between the two, but that's crazy. All right, do you see this, guys? What do you think? Give me your opinion. So I think it's too busy, my opinion. The letters, I really had a hard time because I couldn't get, well, you know, the situation I was having with my letters. I really do like those other ones, and I'm going to make sure that I have enough of them. And I am going to try your trick, Ronnie, with the tacky spray, with getting the stamps to stay on the thin mount. But anyway, I think what I want to do with this is get rid of this. And I still like the phrase eat, drink, repeat, but I think I want to either use tape and kind of block it out and paint it to make it look like it's strips of paper and then restamp, or something. So that's where I'm at with things. I still like the rest of the tray, but just not loving the letters on there. So do you guys agree with me that I should do that to it? I don't know how I did that, but anyway, see that? Let me know what you think. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way, and then I'm going to show you. So this one spoke to me right away. This is called Timely Tale, and I haven't even opened it yet. I think this is the one you meant, Bronnie. I have to get this off of here first. Yes, I do too, Dar. Love the paper. No doubt about that. It's the writing that I don't like. But it's too late. I've got to do something with it because I covered it. So that helped get a little glue off. All right, so let's crack these open here. So this has letters in it too. It's a little bit of font. If you have any paper left, cut out another, oh, you mean any of the decoupage paper left. Cut out another couple of big flowers, add some butterflies, and how about doing the mixed up cutout lettering like magazine letters? That's a thought too. And it's also a good thought. I don't know that I have that much paper left, because I wanted to keep the other two big pieces for another project since they were had bigger images on them. So I'll have to figure it out. So I want to do journaling, so that's coming in the future. But these little things, if you can see them, they're like calendar pages. So these are going to be great for like advent calendars too. But and they have the months all written out. I thought it was alphabet, but this is just already written out. Oh, and I like that. Birthdays this week. This is really cute. Print out one large butterfly to cover the words. That's a good idea too. I might consider doing that. I'm not sure. I'm just really thinking on it, but I've got to make a decision soon because the show's next week. So, where we reveal our thrift flips. Okay, and this has the days of the weeks and to do and due date and appointments, holiday notes, ideas, meals. So it isn't just a whole alphabet. And then this has a bird's nest, a pumpkin, a butterfly, a bird, a few flowers. And then this is, I think this is what you were talking about. There's a bunny, there's a mouse, there's a chicken. So really cute little designs. Illustrations by Jane Carkill. Okay. Then also they released a 6x6 thin mount. So I really thought that was a whole alphabet. However, it is not. So if you wanted to, I like the font, if you wanted to type out something with, you're doing the ransom note thing on your projects at the moment. Gretchen Levon saw what I meant and I sent her some pics. Yeah, I totally love what you did. So yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I like that look, and like I said, it's kind of trending. Oh, you meant a transfer. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so this isn't going to work for those letters because I thought maybe I could use that. But I think I'm going to go back to, because I really liked the size of it. The ransom note reference, you mean? Are you thinking of an entire book of stamp pages for the journal? Yeah, I've been thinking about journaling for a long time. I have so many ideas for different journals that I want to do. I mean, I do the blank journals all the time, and sell those, but I want to do journaling, like junk journals and, that kind of stuff. So I think that'll help. So I'm still going to stew on that. So let's just get some paint on this. It's already 8:01. Crap. Well, we did good though. So we got this far, and then we got our cloche completely done, which I'm going to leave where it's sitting because it's on the floor right now. But I love to decorate a cloche. I love to put things in them. So I think I'm going to do a whole cloche show one time. So I'm so glad you guys were here, and Dar, I will meet up with you afterwards. Journals are fun and people buy them even when they don't need them. I speak from experience. Yeah, I hear you. I was given a beautiful garden journal and I've never written a word in it, but I absolutely love it. I treasure it and I look at it often. And now that I'm kind of really getting into gardening, I might start using it. Ronnie, I love doing journals. A lady I watched did an entire recycled book, each page covered in napkins for junk journals. It was gorgeous. Oh, wow. Yeah, you have a great week too. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow night or morning in your case, Ronnie, for the Flippin' Bunch. So we are talking about stencils. So I'm so glad you were here. Love you guys. And Dara, I'll see you after. So have a wonderful night. Bye-bye. Super fun show. Best of luck on the Flippin' Bunch getting those tech issues under control. Thanks, Gretchen. Bye-bye.